As you come to mountain pose, bring your pointer finger and thumb together and the rest of your fingers curl in like a little bird beak. And that's Chinmaya Mudra for grounding as we plant our feet down. Really ground through the heels as you strengthen your legs, lengthening your tail, reaching the crown of your head to the ceiling. Strong mountain pose. Begin some deep breathing here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to a flat back. And then crawl out to a high plank. Bring your knees down and come to child's pose. Your arms by your side for embryo, forehead resting, deep breathing. Let your body rest. Allow yourself this time and just breathe. And slowly start to walk your hands out. Rolling forward into a tabletop, and then back to child's pose. Inhale to table, and exhale to child's pose. Inhale to table, and exhale right back to child's pose. Coming back to tabletop, and then come forward and down to the ground, forehead rests, and then rise to cobra, and exhale, lower back down. Inhale back to tabletop, and exhale back to child's pose. Inhale, return to your table, and exhale, slowly lower down to the mat. Forehead rests, elbows tuck in, cobra pose as you breathe in. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, child's pose. And now returning to tabletop as you inhale, and exhale, bend your elbows to come back down to the ground. This time maybe you rise to upward facing dog, shoulders lift, up and back, gaze is set forward, and then exhale to child's pose. Nice deep breathing, getting a little energy flowing, and rise to your tabletop. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Deep breath in up dog. And then sliding back down to downward facing dog or child's pose. See where your energy is at now. If you're in down dog, really lift yourself up with your legs and core, reaching your tail back. Stay strong in your down dog. Now let's begin to walk our hands back towards our feet at the back of the mat. And once you're there, grab opposite elbow and hang for a few moments in ragdoll. Deep breathing. And slowly start to roll it up. As soon as your shoulders are over your hips, let your arms come up, reach up and back, nice little back bend. And then exhale, hands to your heart, returning to mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, gaze up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Arms by your side, standing nice and tall, palms wide open. Grounding, finding your mountain pose, and then turning it into chair pose. Still feeling that grounding energy of your mountain as you breathe, sliding your tail back and reaching forward. And then slowly come up to mountain pose, standing nice and tall on the inhale. And then as you exhale, sit back to your chair. Inhale, mountain pose. Feel those powerful legs. And then sit back into your chair. Each time, getting a little stronger. And then fold. Crawling it back out to your high push-up, tapping your knees for table, and then sitting onto your heels. Interlace your fingers inside and release your pointer and thumb, Yani Mudra. Open up the pelvic floor and your hips. Stay and breathe. Feeling that movement of energy starting to flow through your lower abdominals. Like a wave of water starting to move some energy. And then come back to your tabletop. You can add some movement to your table with some cat-cows. On the inhale, lift your heart and tail. And on the exhale, round like an angry cat. On the inhale, your heart comes forward, tailbone goes back. And as you exhale, rounding into cat. Move nice and slow, nice and mindfully through cat-cow. Inhaling is cow. Exhaling to your cat. Inhaling to cow. And exhale to cat. And again, inhaling to your cow pose. And exhaling to cat. Now coming to a neutral spine, we're going to set up for tiger pose. Bring your right arm and left leg out and balance here. Opposite arm and leg extend, and then bring it down. Now left arm, right leg extend out and bring it down. Keep switching opposite arm and leg into your tiger pose. On the inhale, you extend out. On the exhale, you bring it back. A few more times, opposite arm and leg. And now we're going to hold our tiger pose. Extend the right arm and left leg out long. As you reach through the heel, you reach through the fingertips. Keep breathing. Breathing as you hold. A few more breaths. And then you're going to bring the right arm down and extend the left leg across to the right. And you're going to peek over your right shoulder to find your heel. Keep pressing your heel back so you feel that stretch out of the left hip. And now swing that left leg back towards the left in line with your hand. And then inhale, bring it towards the right. Exhale towards the left hand. And inhale it back towards the right. Follow your heel. Inhale, bring it towards the left in line with your hand. Exhale, bring it back. And now inhale, bring it towards your hand and rise to gate pose. Swing that right arm over towards the left leg, and then swing the left arm over your head towards the right. Going from side to side, finding balance through the legs. Maybe holding Surya Mudra, holding the ring finger down to use some fire as you go from side to side. Keep moving, flowing mindfully, holding it now towards the left. And then both arms out long. Breathe here. Feel the grounding energy. And then bring your hands back down to the mat, lifting your right arm as you twist. Right hand can still be in Surya Mudra. And then swing it through into a twist. Right hand is reaching towards the left foot. Left arm overhead for balance. Breathe into the waist as you twist. Nice and steady. Keep that breath flowing. Always remember, if you can't bring the shoulder all the way to the ground, use a prop, maybe a towel, a blanket. And slowly unwind, rising back to your hands. And then bring your knees back to tabletop. And now let's get ready for the other side. Tiger on this side as the left hand and right leg go back, using your core for stability as you balance here. And breathe into it. A few more breaths. And now the left hand comes down and the right leg swings across, hugging your inner thighs together, and peek over your shoulder to find your right heel. Keep pressing the right heel away to find that nice stretch out of the right hip. Breathing deeply into this area as we open. Use your breath. And then swing that right leg back towards the right. And then bring it back to the left. Moving your leg from side to side, feeling the opening in your hip. And follow that heel with your gaze. A few more times, bringing the foot towards the right hand. And then swinging it towards the left side. And again towards the right hand. And now keep it grounded as you rise up to gate pose. Grounding through your knee and foot, arms out by your side. Deep breathing. And then bring your right arm overhead, stretching towards the left, and then the left arm overhead. You can do this with Surya Mudra, holding down your ring finger with your thumb as you move from side to side, flowing nice and smooth, feeling your side waist. And again, right arm overhead, finding balance. And left arm goes overhead as you bring the right arm down. Coming back to center, both arms out nice and long. Standing tall. And then bring your hands back down to the ground. Now lift the left arm up, thumb to ring finger for Surya Mudra. Once again, light up the core, and then thread the left arm through until the shoulder lands. Again, you can use a towel or blanket if it doesn't make it to the ground. And breathe in this nice twist. Deep breathing as you twist from the waist, stretching out the left shoulder. A few more breaths. Take another deep breath in. Slowly let it go. Bringing yourself back up to tabletop. As we take a few cat-cows here, inhaling, lift your heart and tail. Exhale, press into your palms as you round into cat. And again, inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat. And then push back to down dog. Breathe in your down dog. And then bring your right foot forward and drop your left knee down. Make sure your left knee is behind your hip so you feel that stretch in the hip flexor. And then bring your right hand to the inside of your knee. Lift the right hand up, twisting here. Keep breathing. And then bring your right hand to the inside of your knee. Turn your foot to 2 o'clock and let your knee drop open for a winged dragon pose. Maybe you press into the knee and lean back, getting deeper into the psoas. You can lift that arm up or keep it on your knee. Exaggerating the stretch as you lean back and let the knee drop open to your degree. Remember, always find where it feels good. And then bring your hands back down to the ground. You can stay with your hands on the ground or come down to your forearms for a deeper stretch. If you're on your forearms, you can find Yani Mudra by interlacing your fingers, releasing your pointer and thumb. Again, stay with straight arms with your hands on the ground if forearms is too deep. A few cleansing breaths. Maybe closing your eyes as we finish this side. And slowly come back up. Make sure to realign your foot in front of your hip. And we're going to slide back to half split on the inhale. And then roll back forward to your lunge as you exhale. Half split as you inhale. Lunge as you exhale. A few more times. Back to your half split. And then back to your low lunge. And 2 more times, going back to your split. And then coming back to your lunge. Last time back to your half split, stretching your hamstring. And then coming forward to your lunge. Curling your back toes under. And rising to crescent lunge. Interlace your fingers, this time releasing your middle finger as the left elbow goes outside the right knee. Mutangi Mudra to help fire up your core. Keep the left knee down for more grounding, or push the heel back, lifting the knee for a little more fire. See what you need. If it's hard to keep the knee up, bring it down to ground yourself. You'll still get a nice deep twist. And breathe into the position you've taken. Inhale, feel the length of your spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. And then bring your hands to the ground and stretch your hamstring as you slide your hips back. Deep breathing here. Feel a nice deep stretch in the hamstring. And then bring it back down to the ground, both knees down, and rest in child's pose. Take a few deep breaths before we do the left side. Allow your body to adjust. And maybe feel the difference in your hips. And now let's do the left side. Come to your table, to down dog. From down dog, we're going to step the left foot forward. Dropping the right knee. Again, making sure the right knee is behind the hip to feel that hip flexor open. And then we're going to bring our left hand on our knee or reach it up to the sky. Twisting here. Again, thumb can be holding down the ring finger. Really feeling our solar plexus in this flow. Keep breathing. Every twist you want to lengthen on the inhale and twist on the exhale. And then bring that left hand down. Turn your foot to 10 o'clock and let your knee drop open. Bringing your left hand back to your inner knee or reaching it back to the sky. Whichever way you chose, make sure you're leaning back as much as you need to. Get deeper into the psoas and hip. Just make sure you're not leaning to one side. You're staying centered as you open. Now allow your breath to go into these open areas we're creating and bring your hands back down. Again, staying on your hands or dropping to your forearms to deepen the hip opener. Feel like the mudra work, interlace your fingers, releasing pointer and thumb for Yani Mudra. Deep cleansing breath. And then come back to your hands if you're on your forearms. And we'll begin to move in and out of our half split to lunge. Flowing in and out as you go back to your half split. And then coming forward to your low lunge. Inhale to your half split. Exhale to low lunge. And again, inhale to your half split. Exhale to your low lunge. And now rise up, arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, release the middle finger, and twist. As you settle in, decide if your knee is going to stay up or down. And if you lift the knee, commit to having a strong back leg as you push the heel back. Feel the twist from the waist. A lot of twisting, a lot of core as we breathe. Deep cleansing. A few more breaths. And then bring your hands back to the ground. Knees hip width distance apart. Walk your hands out, sliding your hips back for Anahatasana. Allow your heart to melt towards the ground. It's halfway between child's and down dog, also called puppy dog pose. Nice opening for the shoulders and a stretch for the back. Deep breathing. Breathe into all the open areas you've created. And then coming onto your forearms and onto your belly. Crocodile pose, bring your hand underneath your forehead, elbows wide. Maybe wiggle your hips a little to loosen up the low back. And now lengthen your legs behind you. Tent your fingers by your side, elbows nice and wide. And now inhale, slowly lift up. And exhale, drop your right shoulder down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop your right shoulder down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down. Inhale, rising back up. Dip the right shoulder. Inhale, back up. Dip the left shoulder. Inhale, back up. And exhale, lower down to the ground, back to crocodile with your hands under your forehead. Bend your knees and swing your legs from side to side, loosening up your low back. And now lower your legs to the ground and pick yourself up and back. Child's pose to rest. And from child's pose, we're going to come to our deep relaxation of Shavasana. You can choose traditional Shavasana on your back. Maybe come onto your belly, CSI pose, bringing your knee in line with your hip. Bring your right cheek to the ground. And rest here with your right leg straight. Feeling the ground below support you. And a deep rest as you breathe. And let your thoughts go. And allow yourself to stay for a few moments in this restful place. Try to stay for a little while and just breathe. Notice if your mind is wandering and you're itching to get up. Challenge yourself to stay still. Maybe switching sides in a moment. And start to slowly reawaken. Maybe returning to child's pose if you are on your belly. Knees to chest if you are on your back. sitting into hero's pose or easy seat. Always taking time at the end of your practice to find gratitude. So bring your hands to prayer, maybe thumbs to your third eye. And thumbs to your heart center. Always remembering what we're grateful for. Try to keep this feeling of groundedness, peace, and serenity throughout your day as long as you can. Namaste.